Let's Read. So, in today's video, you already know, we are doing another reading vlog about Getting to Happy by Terry McMillan, which is a sequel to Waiting to Exhale. I told you guys in my last video, of my last vlog of me reading Waiting to Exhale, that I was going to dive into this one. This video also contains spoilers because I have to talk about this book. I can't do this without spoilers because this book was a roller coaster ride in itself. Yeah, that's all I have to say. You'll see what I think and all that in this video. As you can see, I'm not that excited like I was when I read Waiting to Exhale, but you know, bottom line is it's still Terry McMillan. Her books, I mean, her writing is just fantastic. This is probably my 5th book I've read by her. I've read Waiting to Exhale, Getting to Happy, Mama, Disappearing Acts, and How Still I Got Her Groove Back. So yeah. And I've liked all of those. Hence, this I would give it a 3-star, and the reason why I'm giving it a 3 stars is because what's really holding on is the writing, the dialogue. We already know Terry McMillan can write, okay? That's the only thing. And then also too, in some passages, when the girls get together, I like that because it gives you that old feeling. But I'm being nice because that writing is just fantastic. But girl, this story, I'm gonna say it over and over and over again. A lot of things she did in this book was unnecessary. So yeah, guys, that's all I have. See my reaction. So here we are again. We are still with our lovely 4 women: Bernadine, Savannah, Robin, and Gloria. Now, with Getting to Happy, this is 15 years later. So this book actually was published in 2010, but it's set in 2005. So it's 15 years later. Now the women are, they're in their 50s. So Robin is 49 turning 50. Savannah is 51. And then also too, I think the other women, they're also in their 50s, either 51 or 50. So they're in their 50s. Everyone's still living in Arizona. Now, again, like I stated in my Waiting to Exhale vlog, this is going to be spoilers because I cannot talk about this book without it being spoilers. Because, like I said before, a lot of the stuff that went on in this book was totally unnecessary. It really was. Terry McMillan, obviously, we know she's known for that dialogue, and nobody can write dialogue like Miss McMillan. We already know that, okay? But it was like, girl, I couldn't believe some of the stuff that she did in this. Now, I have read this before, but it has been some years. Again, I read it when I was in my 20s. I want to read this, so I'm in my 30s now. Now, what can I say? Also, too, she wrote this book while she had already divorced her husband. And if y'all know that situation, girl, that was a mess, okay? So she was real bitter. It already been like 5 years since she had already been divorced from her husband when Getting to Happy came out. Oh, Lord. Okay. So let's start with Savannah. Savannah is now married to a man named Isaac. But the marriage is not good. They have been married for 10 years. And by year 8, she kind of knew like, oh, this not gonna work. Really, she kind of knew before. Girl. So let me read the passage of how she actually met him. Now, she met him in church. And it says, we prayed together. A few months later, we moved into my house. I knew I had gotten lucky because I found a man who wasn't afraid to admit his faith in God and also came with his own tool belt. Nothing stayed broken for long. Isaac had magic hands. He would shampoo, condition my hair, brush it at night, oil my scalp. He would massage my feet while I read and watched TV. He put lavender oil in my bath water. I could have lived in his arms forever. Okay, now, first of all, my man, well, my scalp, oh, yes. Now, that got me. Okay, yes. Okay. But I think personally she moved too fast. She was 40 also too. She was 40 when she was 40 at the time, and then she was like 41 when she married him. I think Savannah was like, look, I'm in my 40s. I'm still single. I'm already established. I think she kind of she moved too fast. I mean, first of all, a couple of months, y'all gonna move in. And then a couple more months, oh, well, we're gonna get married. She needed to learn a little bit more about him, because she realized when she got like a year later, first of all, this man don't like to fly anywhere. He has a phobia about that. So they got to drive everywhere. He's not a carpenter, but girl, her mama called him what, farmer jack or something. She be doing him. And they're just not, like the old people would say, equally yoked. They're not that, okay? They're not. She's on a whole another level, you know. And I don't mean to sound kind of like bougie, but it's like he's not on her level. And then the marriage is boring. She's just bored, and that's the problem. Now, she because of all that, you know, she realized she bored in her marriage. She don't even want to marry this man. He don't do nothing, okay, for her. And she's been thinking about leaving her marriage and stuff like that. What puts the cherry on top is she finds out that he is like addicted to like porn. And girl, she found a little nasty stuff on his computer. And then she found out that he's been messing with some woman. I mean, he honestly admits, girl, I mean, whew, okay. So, and that's all in the first chapter. This is not like, oh, throughout the book. No, it's all in the first chapter. So that's where we are with Savannah. Now, Robin has a 15-year-old daughter named Sparrow, which is so cute because her name's Robin and Sparrow. Sparrow get on my nerves. She talked too much, but she's just like her mom. But she got a lot to say, and it's like, girl, you a child, stay in your place. At one point she's like talking about her mom's like sex life and stuff like that. It's like, girl. And even Bernadine and Savannah, they say, you got to do something about her. She's really kind of, I don't know if you say eccentric, but for someone that's 15 years old, she does have a little bit of, I don't want to say wisdom, but she knows herself. She knows right and wrong. She's a leader. That's what it is. She's a leader, not a follower. That's the perfect, you know, example of her. But she just talked too much, so she get on my nerves. Robin is still not married. Also too, and that's like her main thing. She just wants to get married now. He's like, well, I got the kid. I want to get married. She is not dealing with Russell, thank God. Russell was actually a little jailbird. She made him have a little, you know, drug problem. So he's actually in jail right now. And yeah, that's it. So that's it for Robin right now. Bernadine, girl. Now, we already know Bernadine went through a whole situation with John, you know, him cheating and leaving her for a white woman and all of that. Why Terry has made Bernadine first addicted to pills. She's also made her marriage to James. You remember she met James and she actually married him. Why James is not James. He has a wife that lives in another state with 2 kids. His name is not James. His name is Jesse. He was never a civil rights attorney. So it's like bigotry. And then he's taken like basically almost all her money, because she literally had like almost $1 million settlement from her divorce. She did open a shop, like a, what do you call it? Like a dessert shop, basically. It was called Bernadine Sweet Tooth, but it was really successful. She ended up closing it down because it was like she really wasn't making a profit anymore. So she's like ran out of money. Now her marriage is annulled, And the wife actually calls her and is like, you know, your husband James is not really James and all that. Girl, it's just, oh, like, she's not married anymore. This is a second marriage that has, you know, ended, and it's ended badly, both of them. Like, she can't get your break. Because of that, she gets, you know, really hooked on pills, and yeah. Okay. Then this is what topped me, y'all. We have Gloria. Now, you guys knew Gloria's relationship, you know, from Waiting to Excel. She didn't have one at all. And she ended up meeting Marvin. Marvin was her neighbor. And, like, he just treated her like gold. And he just was such a sweetheart. He's so sensitive. Like, you want a man like Marvin. I want a man like Marvin. All right? Why Terry? Okay. On Gloria and Marvin, they're married now. They've been married for 15 years. Solid marriage. Everything is just bliss. It's perfect. Oh my goodness. Why on their anniversary, their wedding anniversary, why does he get murdered by, what is it, a drive-by or something, some gang or whatever? He gets murdered while he's at the grocery store. On their anniversary. Can you, oh my goodness. Ooh. I remember when I first read that, I was outdone. And then now reading it again, because it's been years, I just like, come on, Terry, seriously? And the crazy thing is, it's Gloria, and you know Gloria's backstory of like dealing with Tariq's dad, how he was like gay, and he didn't even love Gloria, you know, it was just like a hookup situation, and that, like, you're gonna do that to Gloria? One thing I could appreciate is at least she didn't just drag it. You know, we found out that he is murdered on their anniversary. You know, Gloria just, oh, girl, everyone is just beat, okay? But, you know, they go through it, and then it's like 4 months later. Okay. So I can appreciate, like I said, she didn't just like, you know, drag it on, but oh girl, that was difficult. That chapter was really difficult. It honestly was. I just could not believe on that anniversary. I cannot get over that. Like I said, Miss McMillan must have been very bitter when she was writing this because of, you know, her personal stuff. Right now, no one is getting to happy. This book, no one is getting to happy. I'm still in the beginning, obviously, beginning of the book. So I kind of don't remember. I've kind of forgotten a little bit. I know I didn't forget that. So it still feels like, you know, I'm reading this for the first time. And I know when I'll, you know, obviously read more pages, so stuff is going to like click or whatever and connect. But, oh, girl. Yeah. Okay. So that's where we are. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah. It is what, Saturday night. I just actually did my hair, washed it, thank God. It hadn't been washed in like 3 weeks. I was being real lazy, so yeah. Oh, and then also I forgot to mention in my Waiting to Excel vlog, this like sweatshirt. I actually made this. I got this like sweatshirt. It was, you know, solid black. I got it from Walmart. And then what I did is I printed out a picture like online, like a paper picture. And then I just like ironed it on. You know, you have those, I don't know, it's like adhesive or paper that you can buy from like Office Depot or something like that. And I, you know, like ironed it on, and then that was it. I'm gonna have to show you guys because I haven't done that in like almost a year. But at one point I was doing it like almost every single day. Let me show you some of them that I've made. Because you guys know I'm obsessed with like t-shirts. This one I made. What's another one I've made? This one. So I've made these. I remember when Cicely Tyson passed. I made this one, and then the back says Unsung Blacks. And then this is Nella Larson. She wrote Passing. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys actually how I do that. I haven't bought that paper in so long, but I literally just, you know, printed out, like I said, a picture, and that was it. So, oh, and then let me show you guys, you guys already know I'm obsessed with t-shirts, and I'm obsessed with shopping. I got two or three t-shirts, new ones that I haven't worn yet. I think, well, two actually. This one, oh my goodness. So I got this one from Walmart. It's Biggie Smalls. Isn't it like so cool? And it says it was all a dream. And I like my t-shirts big, so I got a 3X. $8.98 or something like that. They have this who was it? LL Cool J one, but they only had a large, and I need a bigger size. I'm a big girl, so I'm like, I at least gotta have an extra large. But I couldn't find it at the other Walmart I went to, so I'm gonna search around for that because I really want that t-shirt. And then I went to Five Below with my sister and my cousins last week, and I got this shirt. Oh, I love this. It's Mean Girls. It's like, she doesn't even go here. Oh my goodness, I love this. Isn't this awesome? They have a Blockbuster one I want, and it doesn't have it's not in my size. And then there's a Daria one that I'm gonna get probably, but I really want to get that Blockbuster one. But yeah, you guys know I'm obsessed with t-shirts, and then this is only $5. So yeah, I got to be on the lookout for that t-shirt from at Walmart, my LL Cool J one, because I want that. Because I always like t-shirts with like black artists, black movies, or anything that's like black. Or if I just like, you know, the shirt, or, you know, I'll just get it. But now it's become like almost like a collector. I'm like a collector now of t-shirts, but I actually wear my t-shirts. So yeah, like basically on weekends and stuff, I'm like t-shirt or sweatpants and like sneakers, and then obviously for work it's like heels and slacks and, you know, button downs or whatever. So yeah, I was really excited about that. So yeah, guys, that's it. But I was gonna ask you guys, have you seen that show? It's on, I got this app like a year ago, AllBLK or something. I'll put the little logo up. But they have like obviously everything on that app is like black, and they actually have like reality shows and everything, which I'm not a big fan of reality shows at all. When I was younger, I was, but as an adult, I just can't take it. But so watching this show yesterday, I didn't go to bed till like 3:30 in the morning last night. It was called, I think, A La Carta. Oh girl, I think something like that. I'll put that up to you. But Candy from Escape's in it. She's playing like a, I don't know, what is she, bisexual or trisexual? The show's really good. Well, it's good. The acting, you know, they kind of memorize their lines, but it's still, I like the like synopsis of it. You know, it's like black, young black people that are successful when it comes to like, you know, their jobs, when love life is like not really good. But it's highly sexual. Highly sexual, okay? They show body parts, and girl, it will get you together. But I watched the first 4 episodes and kind of like it. So, but I saw little clips of it, of Candy, and I'm like, let me see what this is about. And I have that app. And at one point I was watching a show called Monogamy. It had, who was the girl from Girlfriends, Tony Charles? She was in there, and then Vanessa Simmons, somebody else. And what's the guy from Didn't he play Eddie on Family Matters? He was on there. I finished the first season, but didn't finish the second season. And that literally was like 2 years ago. But the app is really nice. I'm going to check out some more things. Because you guys know I love movies. And then if it's black, it's just like a win-win. But that's been like my new thing. I've been watching that. And of course, I'm always watching Abbott Elementary. I'm obsessed with that show. It's so funny. Yeah. Then today when I was at the gym, I was listening to, while I was working out, Solange's album, Sit at the Table. Why nobody didn't tell me that was that good? I have listened to individual songs and actually bought, you know, like the singles and things like that. That album is fire and it's so black. You know, that's one reason why I like it. It's so black. Oh my goodness. I love how she did that album. And it's so like artistic. You can really tell that she put a lot of work in that. That album is fire. I just like love everything about it. I'm probably gonna listen to it again. And then of course, I listened to the soundtrack of Waiting to Excel. Because, I mean, clearly, that's who we're focusing on. So I had to, you know, listen to that. And then that's just bomb. The album's just fire. Yeah. I mean, come on now. Babyface, he did his thing on there. Like, producing and writing and all that. Girl. And it's like, a man wrote that? He did that. So yeah, that's on rotation. All right, so here we go again. We are breaking down the characters so far. We're talking about Bernadine. So we already know that Bernadine's marriage to James is like a bust, or Jesse James, whatever his name was. So now she actually is very cordial with John, which was her ex-husband that left her for the white woman, Kathleen. And you know, her kids are older. Onika is in college. I think she's like a sophomore or junior in college. And then John Jr. is in grad school. So yeah, her and John, they're friendly. So he's, you know, over her house now, and girl, let me just read you what he says. So it says, Bernadine wants to give him a glass of water, but decides that maybe it's not what he needs right now. She stops in front of the refrigerator, turns around, and faces him. Kathleen left me. She swallows a mouthful of relief that she wasn't in some horrible accident and that she's not dead. What do you mean she left? And went where? To be with someone else? Wait a minute. Are you standing here telling me that your wife has left you to be with another man? That's exactly what I'm saying, yeah. Basically, that's the way it is. Bernadine is thunderstruck by the irony, considering this is a replay of how their marriage ended, but she doesn't feel any gratification whatsoever. Look, I'm really sorry to hear this, John. And then it goes on. So Kathleen, the little 23-year-old white woman that he left Bernadine for, she's gone. Also, they have a daughter, John and Kathleen, and she's 14, I think, 14 or 15. Her name is Taylor. Super annoying. She just talked just like Robin's daughter. Like, they don't stay in the child's place. They telling the adults, you know, and girl. She's really close to Bernadine. She, you know, is close to her siblings. She calls her mom. And Kathleen actually tells like her daughter, well, I'm like kind of sick of being a mom. It's just too much. And she moves to London. So girl, that, oh my goodness. That one I had forgot about. So yeah, he all distraught, toe up, which is like, that's good for him. Okay. That's exactly what you get. I don't feel sorry for John. Never have, never will. So yeah, Bernadine is still taking them pills, girl. And yeah. Then I wanted to also read you guys how she describes Taylor. Taylor has that mixed race hair, frizzy, curly, dusty brown, or dirty blonde, depending on how you look at it. She's tall and lanky for 14 and a half. She's among the unfortunate mixed race children who get too many genes from one parent and not enough from the other. She is sweet though. She makes which makes her cuter than she is. So yeah, she is a little sweet little girl. She just talked too much. But I'm not a fan of kids. So maybe that's why I'm thinking that. Yeah, but that's all we are with Bernadine. Is, you know, there's nothing else that's really going on. Now let's go to Gloria. Gloria is poor baby. Gloria has just lost her husband of 15 years, Marvin, who was beyond amazing. You want a husband like Marvin King. I don't know why in the world Terry did that. Girl. So she beat, you know what I mean? Which, girl. And we know from Waiting to Excel, she actually had a massive heart attack. So when she was with Marvin, he helped her exercise, keep her weight down and everything. Now, obviously, with her, grieving, she's gained weight and she just doesn't look good. She looked like she had aged, so many years. And the girls are really concerned about her. Yeah, they're really concerned about her. And she has kind of not been blowing them off, but she don't want to really see or be with anyone right now. So she does agree to meet Bernadine for lunch. And they just kind of like, catch up, and she tells her concern. So let me just read you this. It says, when she spotted Gloria heading for her table, Bernadine is shocked and saddened by what she sees. Robin was right. Gloria has picked up at least 20 pounds. She looks older. She looks old and tired. Hey girl, she stands up and gives Gloria a hug. You look good. I look like hell. Stop lying, Bernie. You don't look like hell. And that dress is pretty. She was also lying about it. It was wrong. It was the wrong purple and looked like a maternity dress. So our girl Gloria not doing well. And then they proceed to talk about Savannah, and we know that Savannah has just left her husband and all of that. And I wanted to read this part to you guys too. It says, so what do you think about Savannah divorcing Isaac? Gloria asks. I think it's sad. I think it's stupid. Gloria pushes an entire strip of bacon into her mouth. What's so stupid about it? He's a porn addict. He even admitted it. Plus, he was cheating on her. You think all men cheat, Bernie. Not all of them, most of them. Anyway, Isaac's even admitted that he was seeing another woman. First of all, don't you think it's a little odd that he didn't tell Savannah about this other woman until after she told him she wanted a divorce? Well, it's not like men broadcast when they're having an affair. Gloria, are you trying to say you think he made it up? Sometimes folks throw darts when they're attacked. And then she goes on to say, the bottom line is Isaac is a good man and he was a good husband. I love her to death, but I'm surprised Isaac was able to hang on as long as he did. What is that supposed to mean? She treated him like she was superior, but she is. Bernadine says and picks her fork and knife up. You're making it seem like she should play down her intelligence. She married him knowing exactly who he was. Then maybe she made a 10-year mistake, Gloria. It happens, And then they just go on and on. So right now, Gloria don't want to hear about nobody's husband, all that. She like, girl, anyway. Girl. So, yeah. Which I did state before. I think that Savannah was, we know that she's superior, It is what it is. But they just weren't on the same level. They honestly were. Yeah, Isaac is a good man, was a good man, but she didn't know him enough. And then when she got into that year, even a couple of months, it was like, oh, she really learned about him, because that's when he really started showing his, if you know what I mean. So yeah. And then Gloria has grandchildren now. Tyreek is a police officer. His marriage is not, girl. His wife, what's that girl's name? Nikita. And Gloria's not the biggest fan of her, but she's like, my son loves, her. So yeah. And they have I think 3 kids together, and one of them she had before she met Tyreek. And she works for the IRS, and she's real needy and girl, hypochondriac and all that. Hypochondriac. She don't be scared of nothing. So that's where we are with Gloria. Now let's get to Robin. Robin is now on the online dating scene. As we know, her main thing is, I want to get married. I want to walk down the aisle. Okay. She's like, I already have the kid, you know, I have my daughter, Sparrow. So I want a husband. And she actually has calmed way down. She's not as, you know, loose as she used to, because I mean, she's 50, turning 50. And then she has, you know, a 15-year-old daughter that she has to take care of. And Sparrow is a lot. So yeah, so she's on the dating scene, and this part was so funny. So her and Savannah, they are you know, talking or whatever, and she's telling her about, you know, everything that she's telling her about, the people that she's meeting on the website or whatever. Okay, so I'm Tiger Lady. I whispered to Savannah, "You can't be serious," she said loudly, and took a sip from her second bottle of water. "So how long have you been doing this online dating stuff? Why?" "Because you haven't mentioned it to anybody, that's why." "Are you embarrassed about it?" "No." "Why would I be embarrassed? I told you, didn't I?" "Yeah, but you usually tell us all your personal business, that's why." "I don't tell you guys all of my personal business." "Okay, anyway, I wanted to wait until I met somebody nice, that's all. Plus, I didn't want you guys dogging me, making me feel desperate." "But you are desperate, aren't you?" "Yeah, but so is everyone else." "How long?" About a month or 2. So really, she's been doing this for like 5 or 6 months, but she was embarrassed to tell, you know, Savannah, because for some reason, Terry has made Savannah really cynical and like so judgmental, and like she complained about everything, and she wasn't like that. And waiting to excel. I'm like, and the girls are like, you know, you complain about everything, Savannah. And when I tell you, I'm like, if she got one more time to complain about something, girl. So yeah, I always love their banter, because Savannah and Robin, like I said before, they tend to always gravitate towards each other because they are around the same age. And as much as like, as much as Savannah doesn't like some of the things that Robin does, she still like likes her, basically. You know what I mean? She's one of them girls, like, you know, the stuff, she just dingy. And it's like, girl, why in the world would you do that? But you still want to be around her. Robin's the type of character you want to be around her. She is fun. And she has a good personality, great personality. She just, when it would come to these men, you know, back in the day, she was, girl, didn't have no clue. But like I said, she has really settled down. So yeah. Oh, and then I told you guys, you know, Russell is, you know, girl. So I think he's in jail, and he's gonna get out in a couple of months. And Sparrow is thinking about maybe having a relationship, you know, with him, because she doesn't know him at all. But she like sometimes she wants to get to know him, sometimes she doesn't. You know, she's a little fickle teenager. So Robin's not against it, but it's like she just doesn't want, you know, Russell to come and just wreak havoc in her life, because now it's, you know, it's calmed down. She's not in love with him anymore. She, you know, she's done with that part of her life. And she's like, has no intentions of getting with Russell, which I was like, thank God, because girl, he was just a mess. So yeah, that's where we are with Robin. Savannah, my favorite character. So we already know Savannah has left her husband. He has cheated on her, and she's, you know, girl. But the main thing is she was going to divorce him anyway, or no. Okay. She's really bored in her marriage. She's not fulfilled. And she was thinking like this, I'm sick of being on this, you know, roller coaster ride. Nothing's happening. Nothing's changing. I need to do something. So by her finding out, you know, about the him cheating and about all that porn and stuff on his computer, it was like, oh, this tops the cake. Now I can finally, you know, divorce him. So that she's in the process of doing that, and he's moved out, she's changed locks and all that, but she's trying to get adjusted of living by herself. Again, it's been 10 years. And that's a good amount of time. And then, you know, she's getting older and all of that. So, of course, you know, her mama is in the picture, and that mama is a trip. Savannah is the oldest. She has a sister. So, of course, the mom always relies on Savannah. So, again, their phone conversations are funny. Let's see. Okay, so she, you know, found out that her mom found out that she's divorcing Isaac, and of course she don't really like it. So she says, you're going to be a senior citizen in a minute in case you forgot you're aging like the rest of us. And at 51, I don't know, but the odds aren't in your favor for finding a replacement for Isaac. And I would think long and hard if I was you before signing on that dotted line, unless you want to take a chance on spending the rest of your life by yourself. Let me tell you, it ain't no fun being old and lonely. Take it for someone who knows. So her mom doesn't like Isaac, but because she thinks that she married beneath her. But her thing is, she's, you know, one of them women where every woman needs a man. You know, just like in the movie she quoted, every woman needs a man. And she's like, you know, again, you in your 50s, girl, this is as good as you go get. Which her mom is just not helping at all. But Savannah, like, you know, that's just how my mama is. But at the end of the day, Savannah is like, I don't care what you say. I'm doing this because I cannot live with this man. All right, y'all. So, I'm done with the book. I'm going to give you just a rundown. Because I forgot how much of just a mess this book was, and like I said, it was so unnecessary. So I left off telling you guys that okay, let's see, let's do it in order. Savannah, everything went well when it came to the divorce. It was really seamless. You know, her and Isaac, they're friends, they can talk, you know, and she's getting used to, you know, being by herself. She does go on a date with a guy named Jasper. Her one of her friends from work, her boss, actually sets it up, and he's a really good guy. And you know, she's like, I'm thinking about calling him again, which is like, girl, your divorce hasn't even been final for a year and you already jumping into something. But whatever. And then she goes to Paris to kind of just have some time to herself, and yeah. So that's all that happened to Savannah, ain't nothing else. Now, Bernadine actually goes to rehab because those pills are just getting out of control. I mean, she was taking that obviously for when she got divorced the first time with John, because she was having anxiety and stuff like that, and it just, you know, got out of hand. And then when her second husband, when that was a bust, she really depended on those pills. So she goes to rehab, really gets clean, and actually John helps her a lot. He like drops her off and picks her up, and like I told you, they're, you know, they're cordial, they're friends. Let's see. Oh, John Jr. is having a baby, and you know, she really likes his fiance. And then Onika, their daughter, actually comes out as a lesbian, and they accept her, and you know, everything's good there. So, let's see. Oh, and then she's actually going to open up, she's looking up opening a catering company or something like that, because she had the restaurant or like a cafe, and she closed that. So she's like, you know what, I need something to do, and she's going to, you know, pursue that. Okay, Robin. So Robin was on the dating scene, online dating scene, and went horrible. And one of the guys stood her up, and another guy lied and said that he was not married, but he actually was, and all that. And who comes back in the picture is Michael. Y'all know she talked about Michael, saying that, Michael's not pretty, but he's available. Well, she get with Michael, and he has moved back from Miami, and he's lost weight, and, just real, well, he always was handsome. She just didn't like the way that he looked. And then she just wasn't, her main squeeze was Russell. So she's over Russell, and she sees Michael, and they start, talking and get in a relationship. But then one weekend they go away, and really, when you read it, she actually asks him, "Oh, can you marry me?" And he's like, "Yeah, I marry you." Like, I mean, he actually really does love her, but the fact that she had to do that, I'm real old school. Look, I'm like, I don't want to ask no man to marry me. I want you to ask me. But yeah, so they are engaged to get married, and her daughter Sparrow likes him, so that's good. And then Russell does come back in the picture, but he's there for his daughter, and he's trying to be kind of good. I don't know. Russell just a dog. With him, she don't want anything to do with him, Robin. So thank God. So yeah, that's it with Robin. And then lastly, Gloria, girl. Okay, so Gloria is, still grieving, but she has accepted Marvin's death, and she just has his memory. She takes a lot of the pictures down from the house. She keeps some of them, puts them in storage. She still has the hair salon, but she doesn't do hair, but obviously she's the owner. And then her and one of the hairdressers, Joseph, they actually become partners. So she is, has moved the business, and she's focusing on that, and they expanded and everything. So like, that's really good. Her son Tyreek, his wife cheats on him, and his wife cheats on him. She also is like physically and verbally abusive to the kids, and he didn't know that. But yeah, he leaves his wife, and then also too, she is in jail because she works for the IRS, but like, I think something with some fraud or whatever. I don't know what. She do something. And like one of the kids sees her in the bed with the man. Girl, it's a whole mess. So, Gloria is focused on Tyreek, and is focused on, helping raising her grandkids, which she just loves. So yeah. Only person in this book that got to happy was Robin. Everybody else didn't. They accepted everything that went on in their lives, and it's like, it is basically what it is. And, I'm not going to harp on it and all of that, but it just was like, when you think about Waiting to Exhale and the way it ended, and you think about the way this book ended, it just was like, I mean, you got closure, but like I said, it was a lot of stuff which is unnecessary. The main thing that I just couldn't get down with, why did you kill Marvin on their anniversary? I will never get over that, okay? Like, and then Savannah with her marriage is toe up. Bernadine with the pills, and James, her marriage is toe up. Tariq's marriage is toe up. His wife cheats and lies, and I mean, it's like, girl, I mean, Getting to Happy, what? No, I don't know what this should have been called, because it was not Getting to Happy. One thing that made me obviously continue with this book, I mean, I always say Terry McMillan knows how to write, and that dialogue is unbelievable. Every month the girls get together for a blockbuster night, and some of those passages, especially when they're together, you get that old feeling, that old Waiting to Exhale feeling. I just want to read you a little bit. It says, Claire goes inside the house and comes back out with 2 blankets. She tosses one to Robin. No one has yet to answer my question. How's everyone doing? For real, said Savannah. Everybody's thinking how best to answer. I'm lonely and bored, Robin says. I'm frustrated with myself, Bernadine says. I miss my husband. I'm worried about my son and my grandkids, Gloria says, putting the blanket up to her shoulders. What about you, Savannah? I'm getting better, but I won't lie. There's some hard stuff to go through. I wish I was telepathic and could see how long it's going to be before we're all in high spirits again. You and me both, Bernadine said. So, like, you know, passages like that, it, like I said, I get that old feeling, and then I just love her dialogue. It's so realistic. And then let me just read you the last part. It says, when someone yells, "Party over here," these four friends cannot stop swaying to this brand new beat. And the next thing they know, they are jumping, jumping, jumping up and down and waving their hands in the air like they just don't care. But they do. They definitely do. So that's how it ends. Y'all. If you are a fan of Terry McMillan, and if you are a fan of Waiting to Excel, and if you really just is curious to find out what happens to these women, then I would say pick it up. But if you just want to keep that memory of you reading Waiting to Excel and having that feeling that we all had, I wouldn't read this. Because, girl, I mean, you don't need to read it. I'm telling you everything that went on, okay? Because I told you this video is spoilers everywhere, because this is a conversational piece just like Waiting to Excel, but this is a conversational piece where you like, I can't believe she did that. You know, because, girl, again, unnecessary. Only good thing about this book is the writing. And then the only good thing about this book is finally Robin gets her happy ending. You know, her main thing is, I want to get married. So yeah, that's it. That is it. All right, y'all. I'm done with this. I'm done with Terry McMillan for a little bit. Yeah. So I'll be back with more Black books. Bye.